Sasa ndio mzee ameenda.
Wife.
Wife.
Yes, ameenda. Yeah.
Sasa focus ni wewe. Hana kitu kingine kufanya.
Yeah.
How much crap are you dealing with? No, that is hana kitu kingine kufanya, yes.
Yeah. In hindsight, I was dealing with a lot. But now though is when I can see that. But back then it was the norm. Like, this is what I have to deal with every day. Yeah, on a good day anaweza kaa 2 days bila kusumbuana. 2 days. No, he didn't used to drink.
Sijui kama itaoffend watu wengine. So alikuwa tu kisirani.
Yes. Basically, yeah.
Because bila jambo tu imagine someone in their real senses. Uamke tu kutoka kwako. Ukuje kwa nyumba ya your son, uanze kugonga madirisha weird hours.
Yeah. And he didn't used to come when his son was around. Like, he'd wait for his son to leave. Anaona ndo ule anaenda. And then he'd stay for about 20 minutes. Alafu anakuja kwa nyumba calling his son, and he has seen his son leaving.
So it was intentional.
It was intentional.
It was intentional, it was planned.
It was intentional. I truly believe it was intentional, because anytime when his son was home, he'd come, yes, but not as much as when he was not around. Yeah. And he wouldn't come with as much vigor and irritation as when his son was around. Yeah.
So he had some sort of boundary with the son.
Yeah, he knew his son. He knew his son. He knew his son.
Haya, kampuni mvutwa.
Yeah, kampuni imeenda.
Sasa mbaki peke yenu mnaangaliana.
It was majorly just me running it. He'd be present for maybe a few days or a few hours, but I was the one who's running everything.
Did you ever ask him about hii pesa ya kampuni?
No. I didn't used to, because again, this keeping in mind that any other thing before that, any serious issue, anytime I'd want to talk, he'd shut down.
Oh, yeah.
So there was nothing, there was no communication. So hata ningemuuliza hangenijibu.
So there was no.
So okay. Kampuni imeenda hivyo, they say it's me, and I know I didn't have anything to do with it, so okay. Yeah.
How many employees did you have at that time?
We didn't have any permanent employees, but I had 5 or 6 casuals who'd come on rotation. On the days that we were seeding, they'd come, and then on the other maintenance days, it was just one. Yeah.
After your incident ya kuchapwa, kulingwa na brick, kuna wote wenye walipanic wakaleft.
No, they knew him.
Oh, they knew him.
Everyone knew him.
Walikuwa watu within.
Yeah, they all knew. Mzee ako hivyo. Best thing to do, just stay out of his way. They all knew him.
So walikuwa wanashangaa Naudi anakausha. Ajui mzee ni mwenda.
I think that day walishanga because everyone knew. Like, I used to always keep to myself. I was quiet. Even with them, I didn't used to fully interact with them. Ati tunapiga story. I'd just go and stand there and tutafanya kazi wote pamoja. Au wanaongea zao, I'm just there. But we never had that. I didn't really open up to anyone when I was in that compound.
To the point of ati mnaongea kama mko friends.
Yes, no.
Mnaongea kuhusu anything tu mnaongea tu.
No. I was always quiet. I'm sure hiyo siku walikuwa nashangaa. Oh, anaweza inua sauti. This one can yell.
She can actually stand and say no.
Yeah. I'm sure they were surprised too. But that's what anger does to people. You do not know someone's limit until you touch it.
Yes.
Yep.
Sasa after hiyo incident ya mawe na kiboko. Well, he didn't get to destroy anything.
No. I delivered.
So,
I delivered. Yes. I delivered.
Let's go back to husband.
Yes.
Makarao alikuja wakachukua statement wakaenda.
Yeah.
Anything exciting happening at this time?
There was always something happening. The level of excitement is what mattered. Shortly afterwards, he started going out more and drinking.
So basically leaving you alone more.
Yes. Leaving me more alone, more, and not fully at home. Yeah.
So the rehab teach us how you stood.
Yep.
Ulikuwa unamuuliza like umeamua kabisa.
Unatoka up. No. When he first drank in April, and then when I went home for those 2 weeks, when I came back, I had decided that this is it. I can't go through another alcohol-fueled phase or stage in this relationship because I knew just how bad it got. The first time I didn't know how bad it would get. But now this second time, I knew just how bad it can get. So it's like I can't stay here and wait for that again.
Once bitten, twice shy.
Exactly. So in April, I knew I'm leaving.
Ulikuwa usha decide?
Nilikuwa nishaamua naenda.
Ulimwambia?
No.
Stero.
No, because all those other times I used to say I'm leaving until even the brother was like, stop threatening us with your I'm leaving. If you want to leave, just leave.
The brother is telling you that?
Yes.
You told the brother you're leaving?
No.
You told him you're leaving?
No, I think they used to talk brother to brother, and then the brother would tell the brother that my wife is saying she's leaving. So he's telling me, if you want to leave, then leave. Stop threatening us.
What
and
the
I'm
fuck
like,
is that? Bibi yako na complain about your weaknesses and the problems that I'm making her want to leave. Alafu unapenda bibi yako kusaidia na nini? Are these the same brother who does not respect your wife? How watu ni wajinga aje? No, seriously.
You have said it.
Mimi sina brother.
Yeah.
But there are things I know I cannot do.
Yes.
I do not talk about my wife with anyone.
That's what I kept saying. I kept telling him you should not discuss your wife with your brother.
So, this is the thing. When you try to address issues with him, he shuts down.
Yes.
But he discusses his
intricacies.
His intricacies with his brother.
Yes.
Does that sound like functional, normal?
There's a thing I once asked him. I asked him, are you building a life with your brother or with your wife?
Oh, that's a nice one.
Yes, because even some plans we'd make, him and I would make plans for maybe, let's say, to do a project or a business, and then he'd go and discuss with his brother. And then his brother would say, no, do this, let's do this. And then he would do what the brother said. And that's why when I was talking about the breakdown, that was also why, because anything I discussed with him or planned with him, when he ran it by his brother would be like, no, that's not how, no, let's do this, yeah. And then he'd change. So I stopped making plans with him because I'd be like, what's my purpose of, why should I even try and bring something up?
Yeah.
We'd make plans, we'd even write things down. And then he'd get on the phone and be like, oh, I decided this and this. And then the brother would be like, no, but wait, how about? And he would listen and he would do what his brother suggests. And I didn't see what would be my purpose was.
Reaching out, okay. Like if you're making plans for things, let's say projects, development and growth, what role does the brother play in this? Is he financing?
Sometimes he would, or most of the times. Again, you remember when I said that I used to tell them not to send money?
So that's the reason?
Yeah.
He would be the one financing most of anything going on?
Yes.
So
and I'd say...
He was practically playing the big brother role.
For him, he was doing his part. Even though it sounds somehow warped and wrong, for him, he was doing his part. He was being a big brother. But now there wasn't any boundary that had been set up.
True and true.
That this is how far you can come.
Yeah.
So for him, the gate was wide open. And manipulators and this kind of people do not have their own boundaries. So for him, at akaingia tu, and he'd want to come and, you know how you can welcome someone indoors and then they want to come and rearrange everything in the house.
Eh.
And you're like, I didn't open that door, so why are you rearranging my house? And then they'd both be like, why do you not want to be helped? And I'm like, where is the pride in doing your own thing? In finding your own, in getting your own.
Unafanyiwangwa tu.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unathinkiwangwa. Na sasa huyu brother. Si akona bibi, hana issues zake tu. Ama people are that idol. Ama they're that good, wanawajali sana.
Is it really?
Because that you had to see breach.
Is it really?
You need a hostile takeover.
It was, but it was a smart hostile takeover. I saw what was happening, but the other party did not. You cannot give someone something. And okay, the way I used to see it, anything, money, especially when it comes to money, there's always strings attached. Always.
Someone wants to help you financially, then they want to dictate how you're going to spend that money to the
Yes, and not just how you're going to spend it, but how you're going to live. If that party is okay with being dictated to how they want to live and they accept it, that's okay, but you can't force someone else to bend to those same rules when they can see what is happening. So for me, it became that I was difficult, that I'm trying to break them up, that relationship. I don't know how that...
What, you had a traditional wedding?
No, thankfully.
Okay.
When we were supposed to have the traditional wedding, but in Chepflix culture, the elder brother has to do his first. A younger brother can't overtake the older brother. So we decided to get the legal documents first, and then do the
wedding thing.
The traditional wedding later on.
Okay, after the elder brothers.
Yeah.
So I'm sure there was some form of event even when you're doing the wedding thing.
Nah.
What? Okay, I wanted to know if the brother was there, the other.
Oh, you do not know about this. We got married on the same day. Yes, our certificate signing was on the same day.
By you mean you and husband, alafu brother and
yes,
the wife?
Yes, because the day that we had chosen...
People are tight. No, I'm getting. Okay.
The day that we had chosen, or the date that we had agreed on, the sister would have been present, the sisters, but then the brother would not have been present because he would have been honeymooning. So he said he wants to be present. So for him to be present, for everyone to be present, was the day they are also getting married, because they were having a function. We were not. So they decided, let's do it on the same day. I was not consulted, but I just agreed to it. I was like, okay. I was not consulted.
Because my point was, kama unasema alikwambia kama unataka kuenda si uende. I mean, you know, these boundaries, to back to the issue of boundaries. There are some boundaries you don't close. You don't tell your brother's wife kama unataka kwenda uende.
Si ndo alifanya nikuje hapo. So how can he tell me ukitaka kwenda enda?
It's like ndugu yako ameogopa bibi yake ana reach out. Ati wewe umfukuzie mwanamke. That is how it seems.
That's how it seems. I didn't see it that way.
So I'm trying to find out if he was there during the whole process, like mukianza. Mkisema siendi ni wewe nichagua alikuwa.
No.
Ukitaka uende after umwambia ukitaka
stop threatening us.
Did you tell him? Did you tell him ndugu yako ananiambia hivi?
Of course.
Akasema nini? Of course I shut down.
Yeah, of course.
Nice.
Yeah.
Haya, wewe ulikuwa ushapanga kuchomejua April I'm out.
In April I had decided I'm leaving, but I hadn't made plans after that, after the I'm leaving. I even stopped saying I'm leaving. I stopped asking him where he was coming from. I stopped asking him why he's getting late. Like, I just stopped because I knew there's nothing to fight for. This is dead. This is a dead relationship. This is a dead marriage. So I was like, why put in the effort? Let me raise my children. Ikifika siku ya kuenda niende. Yeah.
for most people, okay, and normal people, I would say. Well, screw it. There's this attachment to the newborn.
Yeah.
Mimi, I can just imagine I'm having a newborn kid. Si hata tataka kutoka kwa nyumba. How much of the excitement did he have for the newborn kid?
That idyllic 1 month. That 1 month.
And that was it?
Yeah, that was it.
That was too soon.
There were so many things going on. So many things going on. So many things. You know, I even didn't have milk. By month 3, I was taking milk boosters. I didn't have milk. Like, I was struggling because I was stressed.
Yeah, your body was not processing.
It wasn't, yeah.
Your body was not functioning.
It was not functioning. I didn't have milk.
Kitu mbaya.
Kitu mbaya, watu wanakufa. You're stressed.
Unajua sasa watu wanafikirianga tu ni story. Waambie wasikie when you are stressed and you're breastfeeding maziwa.
Yeah. Ilisha.
Unasemaje na kikale imeenda? Karibu niseme kaa gome.
You're right.
When you're stressed and you're pregnant maziwa out.
I didn't even manage to do the 6 months exclusive breastfeeding. I didn't. Ilisha. I had to win early. Yeah. And that was, I'm getting emotional. That was hard for me because with my first I did.
The exclusive 6 months.
Exclusive. No water, no nothing, just medication.
It means a lot to do exclusive 6 months. Then it's so bad to deviate from something that is so serious like exclusive breastfeeding. Then you're deviating, si ati umeshindwa.
Yeah.
Si ati some genuine reason, just because, how do I put this? Nikimetoka tu kudiscuss hizi. People's character, people's behavior, tabia za watu. Yani ni mtu tu ana influence your system. Someone is infringing into your into your life with negativity, unajua.
I even had postpartum depression.
What?
Yeah. That was part of the reason why my supply dipped. I was stressed, I was depressed. That time it was a bad time.
How short was the 6 months cut exclusive breastfeeding?
Around 5 months.
5 months.
But before I had been struggling. By 3 months I didn't have enough supply. So I was taking milk builders, milk supply boosters. Like I went hard at increasing my supply, but by month 5 I was like, let me stop stressing, because I was also stressing at the fact that my body was not producing enough milk for my child.
Unashtuka, like what's wrong?
Yeah.
Actually, what else could be wrong?
Yeah.
And then ukaanza winning. What did you start on?
Uji.
Did you tell him? Okay. I cannot even guess the answer to this. But unamwambia hizi vitu, ulimwambia wewe maziwa sina maziwa.
He used to see me. My sister used to come with those things. We'd prepare a drink. He knew.
How did he respond? How did he react?
I don't think he cared at that point.
After the excitement yote ya kusema
because he
mtoto anakuja.
I don't think he cared.
Positive 2 million to negative 40 million.
I don't know. At that point, he had, I think there were girlfriends, because he was drinking, so he would go out, come back. I think this female, if I meet her in town, I'd know that smell. There was a certain perfume he used to come home and smell. Tukipatana town, itamjua be like, I know that smell. Yeah, I think he was in the beginning of a relationship, so he was more focused elsewhere than at home.
Okay, the grass is greener. Okay.
It's only greener where you water it. That was a tough time.
How? Unajuanga wanasemanga mwanamke akidecide kitu, akisha decide. Hata upige nduru. Hivyo you cannot deviate. So you'd already set your mind, unajua.
Yeah, I had decided this is it, I'm done.
And of course there are things you start doing when you decided you're exiting.
Yeah, exit plan.
Exit plan.
Exit plan.
Sasa depending with the logistics of that exit. Mtu anaweza kuja tu jioni apate nyumba ni hall. Ama kuna zile processes unaanzanga. napeleka bag, napeleka viatu, napeleka manguo. How did you start exiting?
I started packing my things nearly 4 months before I left.
Wow.
Yeah. I cleaned out my closet. By cleaning out, I mean I took out things that I was not wearing, my maternity wear, my child's clothes that were not fitting her, all those things that itaniongezea mzigo or or the things that clothes that they were gently worn, I could give them out. I threw out the ones that were not okay. Yeah, sentimental reasons, stuff like that. Yeah, I kept those things, but then others that were not really sentimental, I threw them out. I threw them in the pit latrine because I was like, if I throw these things in the dustbin, that'll still be leaving
your footprint.
So I threw the things that I was not wearing and my child was not wearing into the pit latrine, and then I gave all the other clothes to church. He never suspected anything.
No, I was just about to ask, a whole 4 months executing and exiting. Did he not see a sign?
I think for him, he just...
The first time you were exiting, alikuja akasema, whoa, sende mali, nenda ria.
Yeah, I think again, that part, it showed me that I shouldn't pack when he's around. Yeah, because I didn't do any packing when he was around.
Back to my phrase, will come and decide.
Out. Yes.
So 4 months.
4 months, I'd start from one room.
You're exiting?
One room, I'd remove everything. I'd remove everything and pick out my stuff, my child's stuff, and then rearrange the room back. Ninajua hiyo room hakuna kitu yote yangu. Go to the next. Rearrange everything. Najua kuna kitu yote yangu hapo. Kitchen, I went and arranged everything. I put my stuff on one side, and everything was still there, but my stuff was like on one side. Ile yenye nikienda ninatoa tu hii side hivi. Yes, the bathroom, every room, I put everything in order.
Na kuna kitu aliona?
He was not home. He was not present. He was not really present. He was not present. Anasumbuana tu kama kawaida yake, ni kusumbuana tu. Kusumbuana tu.
Haya, umepack. Umemaliza.
Umepack.
Alafu of course. Unamwambia unaenda?
No.
Aya.
I didn't tell him.
We left the group at 3 a.m.
There is this time 2 months before I left, the time when you came home, and then I served you, I made food for you, and also the time I had been complaining about that, like I do not want to do it. There's sometimes that ningegoma and he'd have to prepare food for his dad.
Wasili. The time I walked.
Yes.
Yeah, all the way.
No, Wasili. When you came.
Wasili?
Yes, he had. Yeah. Or it was when you walked, I don't know, one of those times. Yeah, so me preparing food for you became an issue. Yeah, it became an issue. So he went to the group. We had a group. Me, him, and his brother and sister, who are our marriage witnesses. Yes.
You had a group?
Yeah, we had a group, the 4 of us.
So basically, the 3 of them versus you.
Exactly.
You had a WhatsApp group.
Yes.
Yanini, this is interesting.
This was it was formed after he started drinking.
Oh.
So I used to tell his siblings, ndugu yenu anakunywa. Because I used to tell him, the moment you drink, I'll just report on you, because you're going to do things that is going to reflect badly on me, na itasemekana sikusema.
So mkaunda WhatsApp group.
Wakaunda WhatsApp group. Tuambie anytime he drinks. Hata mimi nilikuwa ninasema. Alikunywa jana. Ndio huyo ameenda kukunywa.
Anakunywa sasa hivi.
Anakunywa. Tumeongea sasa hivi kwa simu and he sounds drunk. Yeah. God, so this time when I cooked for you, it became a whole issue. and they were attacking me for almost 2 days. I wasn't commenting. I'm just seeing them throwing words, attacking words, talking about me, and I'm like,
It became an issue. How?
That apparently nimejitolea kukupikia you, just a friend who is not a family member, na sitaki kupikia baba yao, who is also my father.
Yeah. What's the issue?
Why?
Okay. Nilikuwa nimekuja kufanya nini?
Why? No, it wasn't even about you, it was about me. Why? Mbona ninajitolea kupikia a stranger na baba yao ninakataa, hadi inakuwa a whole issue, nina stress ndugu yao anaenda kulewa juu nimekataa kupikia baba yao. Why?
Na si hiyo baba ndio nilikuwa nimekuja kuchukua nikipeleka hospitali. Ama kichwa yangu ndio imesahau? Because most of the visits, okay, in the recent ama hizi wakati za mwisho nikikuja huko I used to come and pick that nipeleka hosi.
Yeah. No, but me hiyo kujitolea
ama nilikuwa
kujitolea probably I don't know
kama driver in fact nangoja
probably maybe maybe I don't know.
How many times did you do barbecues at your place?
I know so many, and he knew the history you and I have,
so
he knew. It became an issue that I voluntarily nilijitolea kupikia
nipikia lasagna. Something that would take 2 years and 1,000 ingredients.
Yeah, it's that whole bit ya kujitolea.
Anyway, I'm just seeing excuses for poking.
Yeah. And then so I told him when finally I decided, let me then step in, because I'm like, kwani yako happy? She cannot see that we are talking here. Why is she not commenting? I can see that she has read. Where are you? Where are you? We are calling you. Come and explain yourself. And I'm like, yes. What are this we're hearing? Huh? If there was your mom, would you have done the same things you're doing to our dad? All these things about even the land you're living on. Do you know that it is his land? All the sacrifices that he made for our benefit. Like they talked about everything that this man had done for them, how he is a great father, how he is a great and I told them, and when I got into the conversation, I told my husband I'm very disappointed. Because one, have you seen any of your siblings coming to this group to talk about their spouse's faults? Nikamwambia, again, that is another thing that you always seem to fail to notice. You do not protect me. You open me up for attacks. Because what is this that has been happening? They were all ganging up, attacking me. And he was also there, like, adding fire onto it.
So, the function of the group changed?
It changed.
From managing him?
Yes.
To
me.
You.
Yes.
How did you not left? Mimi nilitoka group sa yoyo na niwa block.
No, I stayed. So I told them there is one reason why I did not want to get involved, because it is one-sided. It is the three of you against me. And there's nothing that I can say that will make you all seem to see my side of things. Yes.
Of course, it has to be biased.
Yes, and I told them, the sentiment you all share about your father, I do not. I do not have a single fond memory of him to buffer. I didn't have any fond memories to buffer all the nasty ones, because all I had were nasty ones. Yeah. And can't be any sentiments that you people share, I don't. So why do you expect me to be the same person? Nikamwambia, I'm not an angel. I'm the Maya that you now have is a product of my environment. So why are you surprised? Mbona mnakuwa surprised? Na nikamwambia, I'm not a people pleaser. I will not do things to please people when myself I'm not okay. Na nikamwambia my husband, this is the last time if you will ever hear me complaining about something. Whatever you want, have it your way. You can come here and talk about me with your siblings. But you and I, umeharibu. Kama umeharibu.
Sasa, when the WhatsApp group was created, it was for him.
Yes.
To help him.
Yes.
It was let me say it was functional.
Yes, it was functional.
But now it has changed.
It has changed. The agenda changed. Yes.
How far did that deteriorate? How far did that go?
And then when I told them, I actually told them the same thing. I told them this group was not the agenda. It was meant for him because you two are his disciplinary committee, not mine.
Group iliitwa nini?
Checkpoint. Yeah. Yeah. So I told them this group was meant for him and his drinking. If there was an issue, he should have come to me, or he should have gone to a neutral party. We had a therapist. He should have gone to the therapist, not gone to his siblings.
You had a therapist?
We used to go for therapy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and then we stopped because it's like it was not working. It was not working. Yeah, so the brother was like, he has come here because he needed to talk to us because he cannot talk. Yes.
But he's always been talking to us.
Yes. And I was like, oh, please. Yeah, so because he did not know what to do.
Huh?
So I told him, the brother, I told him, if your brother cannot handle his wife, no one else can. No one else can.
I did not know what to do.
Yeah.
How old are we?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I told him if he does not know how to handle his wife and how to work with his wife, no one else can because I am his wife. So I told them, I have read and seen everything that they have said and done, and I told the brother every time there's an issue, he is the first one to talk down on me. He is the first one to disrespect me. I told him he should not do that. That is not for him. It is not on him. He does not have any ground to talk to me the way he does. Because first thing, my husband does not talk to his wife like that. And second thing, he's not my husband. He's not my father. He's not my brother. He's not my kin. So there has to be a boundary. He should not come at me the way he was.
Did you ever meet the brother's wife?
Yeah. Yeah. Whole other story. Whole other story.
Okay. Just a glimpse of how your husband treated the brother's wife.
With respect. Not a single day did he ever talk to her the way his brother used to talk to me. Not a single day.
Okay. Mi nitauliza tu ni kurogwa basi.
Sijui.
Because I really don't get it.
I also don't. I don't get it.
I'm married and I have issues. Lakini when it comes to protecting her, like namwambianga most of the time, mimi wataniua kwanza. I like using that phrase. Sasa sijui kama ni mimi tu ama guys are supposed to be protecting her is priority number 0 and I see 1.
Yes.
I'm not getting it. Then to the public, he's a guy known to be
yes.
He's violent and fierce and he can defend you.
Yeah.
How come that
but then he was not
raised up to that occasion? You know, you are 19 signing up.
That armor was fake when he came to the family front. Yeah.
Some things understanding and processing.
I used to tell him, you have brought me here. Like you are the person who brought me here. And then getting here, you decide to step out and leave me. So I'm the one who is supposed to shield myself against all these incoming attacks because they were incoming attacks.
Then they are incoming attacks from
yes,
in-laws.
And why are they even incoming? Because he allowed it. And for him to allow it, he did not get to a point where he was like, hey, metosha. Not once did he say metosha. Yeah.
You know, that shield should continue.
Should have been for everyone.
From the word.
Yeah, but for him, But now I was the one who was open. I was being attacked. Had the village women gossiping about me and he was not doing anything. At the time when she used to gossip about me, he used to go and hang out at his house. And I'm like, why would you do that? Why would you know for a fact this woman is talking trash about me, and then you're going to hang out in her house? That shows that you're okay with whatever she's saying.
Ule madhawa viazi.
Yes.
Yes. Wakiongea nini?
Nitajuaje? I was not there.
Okay.
And then she used to come and tell me, unajua ati akiwa na stress anakuja kukaa kwangu, and I'm like,
mchukue.
Oh, okay.
Mchukue.
I mean, what is that? Really, what is that? Na akiwa stress gani hiyo? Stress gani hiyo ndo anaenda kukaa kwake?
Okay.
So, you know, I used to tell him, this is what you do and this is your MO. I used to tell him you'd cause something. Let's say like his drinking was the main reason why we used to fight. Anytime as long as he was drinking, we were not okay. So I'd tell him, metaphorically, you have farted in the room. There are people in the room, you have farted and then left. And now everyone is looking at me like, you're the one who has farted. That is what he used to do. So he would fart and leave and go to people's houses, and people are saying, hey, bibi yake ndo akona shida. Bibi yake anamsumbua hadi anaenda kulewa. And in the real sense, ni yeye ndo anafart, anakunywa, and then akikuja kwa nyumba when I want to ask him, because I'd want him to account for why. And he does not want to have that conversation. So for him not to have that conversation, he'd leave.
Like we said, people are more concerned about the reaction.
Yes, it's not about...
They have no idea what has caused this.
Yes.
Okay, I'm not the kind that to label people and put people in lanes. Sasa, with the way I know him, still nataka tu kuuliza. Ni kama mimi sasa ati nimetoka kwangu nimekasirika or something. Nimeenda kwa mama mboga. Said I'm belittling mama mboga, but I'm just trying to be logical. No, tukue tu real kabisa.
Yeah.
Ninaenda kudiscuss nini na mama mboga. Like kabisa. See ati they are human beings, yes.
Yeah.
But with the way I know him, and like I'm saying, tukue real kabisa, anaenda kudiscuss nini na mama wa viazi wa barabara. Kabisa mmekaa hivi mnaongea nini?
I guess we'll never know until she says.
Because for me, most of the people I associate with,
yeah.
Tunaongea kuhusu kazi, tunaongea kuhusu basically actually hakuna kitu kingine nasema, tunaongea kuhusu kazi.
It's about
even
money and
mimi
making
na
money.
Bibi yangu kwa nyumba. Ukipata tunaongea like tumekaa tunaongea. Tunaongea kuhusu kazi. Did you bank today? Si nilikwambia mfute kazi. Ulikwambia muitishe copy ya ID. Alileta. That's it. Otherwise it's all about the kid and you know
family.
Hata tunanga nitoka pep talk. Tunanga pep talk. Weirdly enough.
Hamuna gossip.
Hatuna pep talk ati nini because with the time I spend on the screen, I don't even have time to sit and watch a movie. Atisa tunaanza kuongea kuhusu movie. How does someone
I know. I also used to wonder. Wanaongea nini?
Iko shida ama kuna shida mali yenye si hatujui. I don't know.
I think there is. I'm probably not seeing the bigger picture.
Kurogo inakwanga ringa. Ni kabisa ati mwende tukapo.
It probably is.
Because there's a day I think nilichukua viazi kwa hiyo mama. We didn't even have a conversation. The only thing I asked me, naweza kulipa na simu? Akasema and that was it. So I'm just trying to imagine a scenario where
he's
sitting there,
he's sitting down and it'd be in the morning, like he'd leave the house. He's an early riser. He'd wake up, take breakfast and leave even before 7. Like ameshaenda kukaa.
Let's speak on something. 4 months of packing and
of wiping my trays,
deleting a footprint from room 1,
room 2,
room 3. How do you execute your exit?
Shortly after that whole blow up, that whole group blow up, he got more confrontational, more like he'd drink and then he'd get home angry, like he wants to fight or he wants to get into a verbal fight and I'd just walk away. Like it got more, increasingly more.
Sasa akona backup.
Yeah, akona backup sasa.
Kwa group. I wanna shoot.
Yeah, so and then this one time he came and he was like, what is your work in this compound? Like, what exactly is your job in this compound? Asking me. So I asked him, what do you mean?
What do you mean?
So I'm like, what do you mean?
So the greenhouse is still active?
It's still, I'm running it. I had started running it.
You are paying
before. Yes, before. By the time my baby was 2 months old, I had already fully resumed. Like, carrying the pump on my back, spraying the seedlings, because my employees were not as gentle, and those were seedlings. They would spray them at a certain angle and then break the stem. So I had to do it myself because I'm gentle and these are my babies. Yes, so I had resumed the work. So yes, kuna greenhouse, kuna older child in school, there is a baby.
What is your work?
No, I asked him, what do you mean? So he says, whose work is it to cook for Friday? And I'm like, okay. I'm like,
hold on. Just so that we can understand. Unajua kuna mzungu fulani mahali atawatch video. Ashangae kwani what do these people eat? Cooking for Friday imekuwa issue sana. Okay, tuambie tu.
It was such an issue. It was such an issue. No, they wanted.
Tuchukue tu standard African.
They wanted him served ile morning, break, lunch, 4, supper, and then at something uko after supper. And they wanted everything done on time. At breakfast it should be at 7. I'm preparing my daughter for school. I cannot. She attach on a van if I don't prepare her for school.
What is this you're serving for breakfast?
Tea and toast.
Ordinary things.
Yeah, ordinary.
Lunch
it's whatever is available.
Just something between break na lunch. Kuna kitu ingine nakula hapo katikati.
No, but then he would still come to my house. Like he was always coming to my house asking for something, even though
something.
Yeah.
Some biting.
Yeah.
Lunch.
Even though ameshapelekewa, he'd still come and ask before. Lunch atapelekewa.
What are you talking about?
Lunch, it can be rice, stew and veggies.
Ordinary stuff.
Ordinary.
So what was the big deal about kupikia Friday?
I don't know. I think they wanted me to fully focus on it and leave everything else. I think that is what they wanted. Because it was not a priority to me. For me, it was like, when I'm cooking, sinapikia kila mtu. Why do you want me to focus on just cooking for one person and I still have other things to do?
Sasa hiyo chakula yenye unapikia kila mtu kwa hata wewe. You have a newborn. Lazima ukule.
Yes, I have a baby and
I for the family. Yes, then you serve him.
Yeah. They wanted me to make him my priority and I did not.
To be honest.
I could not.
I'm withholding myself. Because I knew them as friends. And I still know them as friends. Lakini I'm really withholding myself because I do not understand. Sasa imekuwa slavery.
That's actually what it was. I made that point.
Imekuwa slavery.
And it became, you signed up for this. You came here, so we have to take care of him.
Signed where?
Yes, I signed up for it apparently.
So, nikakwambia nakupenda. Lakini si ati nakuleta kwetu.
There was fine print yenye sikusoma.
Kwa sababu nakupenda, nakuleta kwetu.
Ukuje uchunge baba yetu.
Take care of my this. Okay. You take care of my father.
Yes.
But that you were not told.
I was not told.
It's a fine print you didn't read.
A fine print I didn't read.
So you're now discovering.
Yes. And not only am I discovering it, I'm being forced. I'm being told you have to. You do not have a choice. And I'm like, I'm a human being. I have a choice.
So like
I have a choice. Yes, hakuna mali nazaenda. Si niko hapo, so you have to take care of him. Doesn't he not provide a roof over your head? Aren't you not living on his land? And I'm like, really? Really? So he comes, he's like, whose work is it in this compound? To care for, to cook for him. And I'm like, okay. Then he says, you either cook for him or you leave.
Aya, hold. Mimi nitamuita tu girlfriend ya Fadi.
Yeah.
When girlfriend ya Fadi alienda. You know, these things can actually be worked.
Yeah.
Worked out like girlfriend ya Fadi ameenda. Akuje kama husband akwambia sasa fanya hivi sweetie. So na girlfriend ya Fadi ameenda na Fadi ni mzee. Sasa I think
conversation.
Like
conversation.
You'll assist more.
Yes.
Unajua like
yes.
Si kazi.
And I did.
Make sure to Fadi amekula.
I did.
Did he do that?
Yes, he did that, and then I used to.
Oh, he did that.
I had been cooking for him for
even
years before. Yes,
there.
even when she was there. But then when he increasingly got violent, I was like, why am I cooking for my abuser? Because for him at that point he had crossed from being my father-in-law to my abuser. This is someone ananipiga, ananitukana, alafu ananilazimisha ati mpikie mchunge. And I'm like, why?
Okay,
Why?
Nikisema ni comment kama mwanaume, I would really be pushing and frustrating you if you already have something else in mind. Maybe I'm actually looking forward to you leaving.
Maybe he was. Because they were all insisting, and I'm like, I have already said I would rather not. How difficult is it to get someone to come and live with him in the main house and be cooking for him? Nikaambiwa, if you can afford it, then you can as well look for someone. And I'm like, is that even my father? Why should I mean, it's not like it's my first priority. Si ni baba yao. Shouldn't they not be more involved than pushing everything on me?
And for me, at this point, your first priority ni mtoto.
Yes, I had 2 children. I didn't have a nanny. No, they wanted me to take care of my children, the greenhouse, my house, their father, and their father was increasingly being violent and harassing me and abusing me. How do you take care of someone who is being negative and being violent to you?
I use the phrase special. You have 2 children and one is
special. One is a special needs child, and she needed special wanajua.
How can someone be smart and daft at the same time? How do you not?
It happens. It happens.
Tutaona movie. I don't know how to. Ndio hizi vitu zibreakiwe down. Those details of
Yeah. And I was being told, you either take care of him or you leave.
So everything is about Fadi?
Everything is about him. I used to tell my husband, aren't you not supposed to put your family first? And by your family, I mean your wife and your children. Why is it that I was never, I'm never part of the priority? It's always your father and then your siblings and then me and the children.
Then surprisingly, your father is a problem with you. Your siblings,
yes,
worse off.
Yes, but still they come first than I do. Do you really? I told him. There's this day I told him, do you know that you're going to stay here alone? Utabaki peke yako, because at the end of the day, your father will still be with his wife. She's elsewhere, but she still visits. Like, she knows this is her house, this is her home. She can still visit her husband if she wants to. Your siblings, they are all remaining with their spouses. Hakuna mwenye anaacha mwingine. Your aunt,
hakuna mwenye anawapokpok.